Dear students, let's continue with our chapter hard and soft acids and bases. We have learned in the last chapter about hard acids, hard bases, soft acids and soft bases and their examples. Now what is HAB principle? This principle was proposed by Pearson and it states that hard acids prefer to bond to hard bases and soft acids prefer to bond to soft bases. What are its application? The first application is in the classification of acids and bases. For example, let B is any base and it is showing this equilibrium. Now in this equilibrium reaction, H positive is hard acid and this CH3Hg positive is a soft acid. Now we know that because this is hard acid, so that means if B it is a soft base, the forward reaction is favorable. If B is a hard base, so that means the backward reaction should be favorable. So if B is R2S, so R2S is a soft base because the forward reaction is favored. So that means it is a soft base. B is ammonia. When this is used, it is found that the reaction is backward. So that means ammonia is a hard base. So that means we can predict the soft bases because they readily combine with the soft acids, and hard acids they combine with the hard bases. Now next we come to the second application. It is very important. It is stability of the complexes. To explain this, let us consider a general Lewis acid base reaction. Now the complex AB which is formed, it is more stable if A and B they are either both hard or they are both soft. Now this can be explained by taking an example, because you know that why silver iodide it exists as a stable compound while silver fluoride does not. The reason is silver ion, it is a soft acid, iodide ion is a soft base and fluoride ion is the hard base. So if we apply our HSAB principle, soft acid prefer to combine with soft base. So that means the complex which is formed by silver ion and iodide ion, it would be a stable complex. While fluoride ion being a hard base, it doesn't form any stable complex with the silver ion. Okay. So similarly, we can explain that why cobalt F6 3 negative is more stable than cobalt I6 3 negative. So example of preferential combination of soft and hard species are also there. For example, lithium iodide. Here lithium ion it is hard, iodide ion is soft. Cesium fluoride it is soft, it is hard. Now what happened? Because the combination is hard, soft, hard, the reaction automatically shifts the forward direction, where the result is the fluoride it goes with the lithium and iodide it goes with the cesium. Now the combinations are hard, soft. Similarly, we have the other examples also like copper iodide. The formation of copper fluoride is more stable, so the reaction goes like this. So these reactions they mostly go to the right direction and simple based on the combination hard, soft, they are more stable combinations. Next application is prediction of coordination in complexes of ambidentate ligands. What are ambidentate ligands? A monodentate ligand which can combine to metal ion through more than one coordinating atoms. For example, thiocyanate SCN negative. Now in this case, the coordination can occur from sulfur side also and from the nitrogen side also. So that means they can form complexes from both the sides. Secondly, ambidentate ligands they can form stable complexes with borderline acids by coordination through nitrogen. And if they combine through sulfur, they are to the soft acids. So that is why CO and CS4 2 negative it is formed. The combination is through nitrogen, and in case of palladium, the coordination is through the sulfur side. How we can explain this? This can be explained by using our principle. This is palladium ion is soft acid, so it prefer to combine through the soft sulfur, and cobalt ion is hard, so prefer to form coordinate through the hard nitrogen. In the same way, we can explain so many other complexes. Next application is in the occurrence of ores and minerals. Hard acid metal ions such as magnesium ion, calcium ion, manganese ion, aluminium, iron, chromium, they occur as their oxides, carbonates and halides. The reason hard acid has hard base interactions. whereas soft acid metal ions, they occurs as their sulfides, like palladium sulfide, copper sulfide. The reason is soft acid, soft base interactions. And what about the borderline acids like nickel ion, iron Fe2 positive, Zn2 positive? So they occur both as sulfides because of soft bases and oxides, hard bases. The reason is the intermediate behavior of the borderline acids. Next application is poisoning of metal catalysts. You know, metal catalysts like nickel, palladium, chromium, molybdenum, they are soft acids. And there are some poisons like carbon monoxide, unsaturated hydrocarbons, phosphorus, arsenic, and all these poisons, they are soft bases. So that is why whenever any ligand like this is present, it readily form the complex with the metal catalysts. So, and it can cause the poisoning. The reason is the soft acid, soft base interactions. Now, what is the theoretical basis of hardness and softness? HSAB principle. There are many theories which have been proposed. The first theory is electrostatic interactions. According to this theory, hard interactions are purely electrostatic. Like hard acids like lithium ion, sodium ion, potassium ion, and hard bases like hydroxide ion, fluoride ion, oxide ions. So they form the ionic compounds. And it has been found that the electrostatic energy between positive and negative ion, it is inversely proportional to the interatomic distance. So therefore, smaller the ion, lesser the interatomic distance, and greater is the electrostatic interactions between the ions, which means the resulted complex will be highly stable. But this theory has a limitation. It cannot explain soft interactions, because you know that soft ions means they have large size, and so in the large size we cannot assume that the interactions are ionic, because mostly the smaller ions, they form the ionic interactions, but larger due to the covalent. So there comes the second theory, which is polarizing power and polarizability, and it takes into consideration the soft interactions. So according to this theory, the soft interactions, they are mostly covalent. So soft ions like silver ion, Hg positive ion, and soft bases like chloride ions, they form covalent compounds. The reason is polarizing power and polarizability of the d electrons. Mostly soft acids are transition metal ions with 6 or more d electrons. So d electrons have more polarizing power, and soft bases are easily polarizable. Hence the result is a covalent bond. Third theory is pi bonding contributions. So pi bonding contributions are important in case of soft acid, soft base types. The soft acids, they are pi bond donors, and soft bases are pi bond acceptors. So in their case, the polarizability of soft acids and soft bases favor the pi bonding. Now our next and last theory is electronegativity and hardness and softness. In general, high electronegative ions, they are hard acids, and the low electronegative ions are soft acids or bases. So the relation between electronegativity and hardness explain that CF3 is harder than CH3, because CF3, in this case fluorine, it has high electronegativity, so that means it is a hard acid and it is harder than CH3, and BF3 is harder than BH3. This topic, electronegativity and hardness and softness, we will discuss in detail also. So next we come to acid base strength and hardness and softness. Now there is one limitation of HSAB principle. What is that? It does not recognize inherent strength of an acid or base. Means both hydroxide ion and fluoride ion, let us suppose, they're hard bases, but the basicity of hydroxide ion is 10⁻13 times more than that of fluoride ion. What we want to say that it tells us about that these are hard acids, these are hard bases, but what is the comparison? Which one is more harder and how much times it is more harder? It cannot be explained by the HSAB principle. Another point is following reaction is not favorable. This reaction, SO3 2 negative ion, sulfite ion plus hydrogen fluoride, giving this equilibrium reaction. Now this reaction, according to HSAB principle, it should not occur, because here it is soft base, this is hard. The interactions are hard. Here it is hard soft. So according to HSAB principle, the forward reaction should not occur. but actually this reaction occurs and its equilibrium constant is also 10 to the power 4. Now why it occurs? Because strength of the sulfite ion SO3 2 negative, it is greater than the strength of the fluoride ion, and the strength of the base is sufficient to force the reaction in the forward direction even though it violates HSAB principle. So you can read more such examples in your book also. What are the limitations of HSAB principle? General, it is very general. It does not provide measurement quantitatively. Secondly, hard soft factors are independent of acidic or basic character of compounds. In some cases, reactions are feasible. We just discussed a few minutes back that it is, even if it is violate HSAB principle. And the next is, according to HSAB principle, this reaction occur because here it is soft interactions. However, this reaction does not take place. Why this reaction does not take place? Because in this reaction there is a unfavorable entropy change. The entropy change is plus 359 kilojoules per mole, and this is due to greater acidity of H positive relative to the CH3 positive cation. So that's all for now. Stay safe and stay home. Thank you.